What's the biggest risk you ever took without telling a soul? For me, it was a train ticket. I had exactly $84 in my bank account and a heart full of fear, but I bought it anyway, one way. No return. No backup plan. I didn't tell my parents, not because I wanted to hurt them, but because I already knew what they'd say. My dad would call it irresponsible. My mom would cry, but neither of them would understand that if I didn't leave that town, I'd lose myself completely. I had been working at my uncle's auto shop since I was 16. It was supposed to be temporary, but 4 years passed, and I could name every engine model by sound. Yet I couldn't remember the last time I smiled without faking it. I wanted to be a writer. I didn't care if I was terrible or broke. I just wanted to tell stories the way people breathe, because I had to. But dreams like that don't pay rent. At least, that's what my dad always said. So I kept my head down, fixed transmissions, and told myself it was good enough. Until I started writing again during lunch breaks. Napkins, receipts, scrap cardboard. I'd write scenes, conversations, anything just to feel alive. One day, a regular customer saw one of my stories sitting on the counter. He read it while waiting for his oil change. He didn't say much except, "You ever thought about writing full-time?" I laughed. I thought he was joking, but a week later, he came back and handed me a flyer. It was for a 6-month writing residency in Portland. Room, board, and a small stipend. No degree needed. Just a sample and a reason. I told him thanks and tossed it in my glove box. But that night, I sat in the driveway staring at it for 2 hours, and I cried harder than I had in years. Not because I was sad, but because I had never let myself want something that badly. I applied without telling anyone. 2 weeks later, I got in. I quit the shop without explanation and told my parents I needed space. My dad didn't speak to me for 3 weeks. My mom left voicemails asking if I was sick or in trouble, but I got on that train anyway. The residency was in a drafty old house with 5 other artists who mostly kept to themselves. I spent my days writing in a dusty attic with bad Wi-Fi and creaky floors. And for the first time, I wrote without fear, badly, bravely, honestly. 3 months in, an editor from a small lit magazine came to visit. He read one of my short stories pinned to the hallway corkboard and asked who wrote it. I raised my hand, terrified. He smiled and said, "You've got something. Don't stop." I called my mom that night. I told her everything. She didn't say much at first, but then she whispered, "I'm proud of you, baby, even if your father won't say it yet." The next day, she sent me a care package, my favorite cookies, a photo of me as a kid holding a pen, and a note that said, "You always had stories in you." I just forgot to listen. I still don't know where this road leads, but I do know the biggest risk I ever took was believing that my voice mattered even when no one else did.